Welcome to the City Show. Pat O'Meara here. You there? That's why I do this show, because you're there. Don't forget everything you see on the bottom of the screen. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Vimeo, live stream. That's where we archive all our shows. You can download the app for live stream Vimeo. It's free. There's a lot of other programs besides us on there. In case you missed it, last week, I know we talked about the Board of Ed blowing past $1 billion budget in Jersey City. But in case you missed it, when they blew by it, we're going to get hit with an annual tax of about $51 a year. And what they didn't report is, and not many others have reported, and now I'm going to, is they actually upped the budget by $27 million. That's how they blew by the $1 billion mark. Now, they know the funding's being cut. And unlike other school districts, namely Toms River, where the superintendent there, instead of just pounding the residents of Toms River over the head with more tax increases, he made whatever cuts he could. He tried to control the budget as best he could. We have not done that here in Jersey City. Not a chance of it was done here in Jersey City. You know, they went out and they hired 240 employees not long ago when there was a budget crunch. You know, your taxes just went up $2,400 a year because of the school budget. And no effort was made to try to live within the means of the budget. And that's the problem. And that's why we can't have an affordable city. Now, it's a part of the affordability problem in Jersey City, but it's a main part. So that is something we need to get a handle on. The city of Jersey City, you need to get a handle on the funding for this Board of Education, because that is just running the rents right up. We're the number 1 or 2 in the nation, rent-wise, at the cost of renting an apartment. That's a big part of it. Their budget just blew by $1 billion. And that goes directly to the property taxes and directly to the cost of rent. So we need to get a handle on the Jersey City Board of Ed. All right, we're going to break for commercial. When we come back, we'll go over the topics and get the show going. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and launch inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net.
If you need to see a doctor, RWJ Barnabas Health has 2 easy ways to do it from anywhere. You can see an urgent care provider 24/7 on any device with our Telemed app. Or use our website to book a virtual visit with an RWJ Barnabas Health Medical Group provider or specialist, even as a new patient. You've taken every precaution, and so have we, so don't delay your care any longer. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
We're back. Pat O'Meara here. City Show, you there? What we're going to talk about today, there's a situation in Jersey City with the 911 dispatch service, which is very important, the 911 dispatch service. So we want to get into that. We're going to talk about, last week we were talking about Summit Avenue possibly be converted into a one-way going south. And this week we're going to talk about St. Paul's Avenue between Tunley and JFK being converted into a one-way west. And we're going to talk about mass transit funding. There's a proposal, this is in New York, there's a proposal there to tax your streaming services by 8% to fund the MTA. All right, first off, Jersey City Dispatch. At the last council meeting, the Jersey City employees came out in force about the possibility of a resolution that was on the agenda, by the way, the resolution about bringing in an outside concern to evaluate the 9/11 dispatch service, kind of with an eye towards privatizing the 9/11 dispatch service. This resolution to evaluate the 9/11 dispatch service was for about $214,000. That's a lot of money. That's the other thing. We got to start controlling a lot of these costs that come up because you pay for it. The dispatch employees, like I said, came out in force, and there were accusations made about concerning intimidation, being set up to fail, employees not following the proper protocols. And the protocols in this case is the employees going to the council because they were having problems. Supposedly they were trying to arrange for meetings. I don't know where their union is on this. Right now, if I'm the 9/11 dispatch employees, probably entertaining a different union. But let's cut through all the drama there. One of the most important things with the 9/11 service is it's super important. You don't need it until you need it. And I mean, this is when things, there's a crime in progress, there's a fire, there's a medical emergency. You call that 911, you need somebody to pick up the freaking phone and get you help. And supposedly that's an issue. Now, from what I am told, I'm not sure of the figures, but the 911 dispatch service is undermanned by about 40 people. That's a huge problem. So that explains why you're not getting your phones answered. Spending $214,000 to evaluate the 9/11, which this would have been, I believe, the third evaluation in the last 3 or 4 years, to evaluate it is ridiculous. We have no management people in Jersey City that we can't go and figure out how can we make this thing work. Well, I think one of the first steps would bring it up to the proper amount of manpower. If you're 40 short in just that one department, that's a problem. As far as evaluating our personnel and the technology used, do I have to pay someone $214,000? I don't think so. I can probably go to North Hudson with North Hudson Fire and Rescue, North Hudson Regional Fire and Rescue. You don't hear any problems with the 911 service there. We could probably go to Newark and say, hey, you guys, could you come and take a look at our service? First off, we're a pretty similar cities population-wise. How many people do they have in their 911 dispatch? And what's their technology? I'm sure they would share it with another neighboring municipality. And by the way, when their 911 dispatch is busy, it bounces to Jersey City. And I assume it goes both ways. When we're busy, it bounces to Newark. The first step we need to do with the 911 dispatch is get it back up to the proper amount of personnel. If we're 40 short, we got to get some people. Now, a lot of the departments are complaining about not getting personnel. There might be a hiring freeze in place here, an unofficial one, but human resources at City Hall are atrocious. I know the Jersey City Parking Enforcement quite well. I've been involved in that department since the 90s. They're constantly sending applications down to human resources at City Hall, and nothing happens. So as I'm reviewing 9/11 dispatch, I think I'm reviewing the human resources and finding out what the hell is the problem there. We got a lot of departments having issues here. Second, I might even consider removing 9/11 dispatch from public safety. There's a lot under public safety these days. We didn't have public safety departments until very recently. You got the police department there, you got the fire department there, you got the Jersey Parking Enforcement there, you got traffic there, you got the Office of Emergency Management with public safety. The prosecutor's office, the municipal prosecutor's office in Jersey City is under public safety. I think the crossing guards are under public safety. There's a lot under that banner. Maybe to get the drama at a 9/11 dispatch, we spin that off as a standalone, just an idea. Another thing to consider, and really this should be the first steps, is, we spoke about it before on the show, is possibly having a countywide 911 dispatch where all the municipalities pay in and the sheriff's department can run it. Sheriff Frank can run this thing. It would save all the municipalities money. Here's a great first step for a shared service agreement. Instead of all these municipalities having their own 911 dispatch, have the county run it and all these municipalities pay in, all the municipalities save some money. Hopefully that goes right to the bottom line, which is your property taxes. But speaking of bottom line is this department is too friggin' important to have problems. Like I said, this is the call you're going to make. If there's a crime in progress, there's a fire, there's a medical emergency, we need this department to function 100%. This is urgent. Mayor Fulop has got to get involved. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
I've got cancer.
We've got the highest level of cancer care,
the latest clinical trials,
researchers working to find a cure,
and nurse navigators to guide you every step of the way.
At New Jersey's only NCI-designated Comprehensive Cancer Center, your safety has always been our top priority.
I've got cancer, but I also have peace of mind.
Jersey City Medical Center and Rutgers Cancer Institute of New Jersey. Let's beat cancer together.
Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights. Your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments. Carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants. All major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Jersey City Ford, certified parts and service located at Route 440 and Communipaw Ave, is your #1 source for Ford and Lincoln automotive needs. We use certified Ford Motorcraft products to keep your Ford running in top shape. Motorcraft parts are backed with the Ford warranty, which includes a 2-year unlimited mileage guarantee. Our team will have the right Motorcraft part to ensure the best performance from your Ford or Lincoln. You can order in person at the parts counter or online. Let us help keep your Ford or Lincoln in the best shape at Stevens Jersey City Ford.
We're back. Pat O'Melia here, City Show. You there? Last week we were talking about the city's getting like $8 million to do safety improvements on Summit Avenue. I think it's from New Jersey DOT. One of the things is converting it to a one-way south going towards Journal Square. In the press release, it talked about all the updating the crosswalks and traffic signs and the 33 intersections, new crosswalks, that sort of thing. But in the press release, it didn't mention converting it to a one-way because there's a lot of kickback on that. Now, this week, we're going to talk about another possible conversion of a one-way. St. Paul's Avenue, between Tunley and John F. K. Boulevard. I know this area quite well. This is where I grew up. This is home for me, what we call Dog Patch. This section of St. Paul's Avenue, I walked back and forth as a kid. Now, St. Paul's Avenue has always been a busy street. Now, there are some people there, which really is like 3 blocks, and there are homes there, not a ton of homes, but there's homes there. 75% of the residents in that area in the survey that was done by the city said they don't want it to be converted to a one-way street, but still, the city's pushing this. I'm very well aware of St. Paul's Avenue. I'm going to tell you, St. Paul's Avenue, in that section between Tunley and JFK, was always busy. But, it used to be a lot busier when I was a kid. There were a lot of companies down below Tunley Avenue going towards the Hackensack River when I was a kid. We used to have Billings Transport down there. We used to have Dooman's Meats. We used to have Copper's Coat. We used to have the Coca-Cola Company down there. We used to have PSE&G had a huge complex down there. If you remember, if you're of a certain age, remember all the gas tanks and all the tank farm back there? That was PS&G. The American Can Company, you know it now as Canco Lofts. That was a humongous employer in Jersey City. I think at one time it was the largest employer in Jersey City. My family had a bar on West Side and St. Paul's Avenue. When the can company changed shifts, it was like a mass of humanity. A faucet would be turned on, and people would just come out of that building. They would go to the West End Bar and Grill. They would go to Kitsy's. They would go up to Hank and Joe's right on the corner of Tunley and St. Paul's Chinese restaurant now. And I'm not going to get into that, these bars. There were a lot of businesses, and there were actually neighborhoods below Tunley. They're gone now because we did the upgrades for the bridge and the 1 and 9 and the Charlotte Circle and the Tunley Circle. the new overpasses we put in. We put these overpasses in over 13.6 high going over St. Paul's Avenue so truck traffic can get under. Larch Avenue, there was a bunch of homes on Larch Avenue. Colbert Street, there were homes on Colbert Street. Those blocks are gone. Those neighborhoods are gone. West Side Avenue, at one time, there used to be rows of homes that were built after the First World War. There were 2 rooms on the bottom, 2 rooms on the top. There had to be 100 of those. You know, there was a huge population of people where I grew up. Now it's all gone. You know, at Rexon, they knocked down the row of houses, and they put Rexon there. The Larch and Colbert are gone because of the upgrades to 1 and 9. There's still a lot of trucking companies below Tunley. There's no American Can companies back there anymore, and Booman's is gone. But there used to be tons of people, and all these kids would walk up into St. Paul's Avenue and go to school. I used to go to St. John's School on Kennedy Boulevard and St. Paul's Avenue before they kicked me out and I had to go to PS 23 school. You know, we had 3 bars. We had the West End Bar and Grill I spoke about, Kitsy's on Van Wagenen and St. Paul's. You had Hank and Joe's on Tunley and St. Paul's. You had Pfeiffer's on Liberty and St. Paul's Avenue. There was a ton of vehicular traffic and human traffic on St. Paul's Avenue, far more than there are today. You know, we got the Brunswick Towers, the condominiums. That used to actually be a laundry. It was the Brunswick Laundry. There was industry all around there. You know, it was a huge parish, the St. Anne's Parish back in the old days. I walked and biked up St. Paul's Avenue in my youth every day. We went up there to go to Journal Square, you went to school, whatever the case was. Everybody else in Dogpatch did. You know, converting St. Paul's to a one-way west would only reroute traffic up Van Winkle or Newark Avenue. And guess what? Those are neighborhoods too. Now, Newark Avenue is pretty much business, but in those businesses, they're residential above those businesses. What we could do, we can mandate no commercial traffic, I don't know, from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and again from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. That would take care of the trucks. As far as the safety, you know, all the kids in Dogpatch walked up St. Paul's Avenue, and all the kids that lived between Tunley and JFK, you know, they're all friends of mine. We all hung out. We played ball together. Played ball in 31 schools in the schoolyard there. We all managed to cross the street. Nobody got hit by cars. There were no cars driving up on the sidewalks. But we did know how to cross the street. We knew how to cross the street. We crossed at the green, not in between. We looked both ways, all that. Maybe we're not doing that today. But you know, I don't think there is a lot of accidents or people getting hit by cars on St. Paul's Avenue. And as far as speeding, which is one of the complaints, you can't speed on St. Paul's Avenue. You could never speed on St. Paul's Avenue. There's always some traffic on St. Paul's Avenue. Not as much as the old days, but there's still traffic on St. Paul's. For that matter, when I'm going up to Kennedy Boulevard, if I'm coming up from 440 or 1 and 9 or whatever, I'll go up Van Winkle so I don't have to catch the traffic on St. Paul's Avenue. Plus, I like the smell of White Castle when I'm waiting for the light there. If we were to change St. Paul's Avenue and make it one-way west, then I want to do it on Congress Street where I live. I want to make Congress Street from Patterson Plank Road to JFK a one-way west because a lot of people cut down that way to get to Hoboken or to downtown or to New York City. You know, we got a lot of trucks that come down there and buses. Let's make it one way, going westbound like they want to do on St. Paul's Avenue because we have a bunch of homes. Actually, that section of Congress Street's a lot more homes than there is on St. Paul's Avenue there. We have homes and we have children too. But if we start making every argument, somebody was speeding, I doubt that on St. Paul's Avenue, or there was a close call, stay on the friggin' sidewalk. Learn how to cross the street. Like I said, I grew up there. I walked up and down St. Paul's Avenue all my life. And said, I'm still here, and so all of my friends. And we walked and biked. Leave St. Paul's Avenue the way it is. All right, we're going to break the commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Panepinto Properties, Jersey City, shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces and addresses your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panepintodevelopment.com. Panapinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Jersey City Medical Center has a passion for heart health. We're Hudson County's only full-service heart hospital. With innovative technologies and premier cardiovascular physicians, a partnership with Rutgers Health, the latest technology and medical advancements, and nationally renowned care for every heart in every community. Whoever your heart beats for, our hearts beat for you. Jersey City Medical Center.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just one pass stop away, or a quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
We're back, Pat O'Melia here. Listen, I'm not knocking safety on any of the streets, but let's stop using it as the reason we want to make these changes. Mass transit funding. Yeah, we've talked about this many times, but New Jersey Transit, which is probably the worst transit system in the United States, they do backstrokes in Reading, and it doesn't matter to New Jersey Transit. They don't care because they just got to reach into your pockets. When they need money, they hit you. New Jersey Transit, there's talk about we got to get dedicated funding for New Jersey Transit. Well, isn't that what the fares are? Isn't that the dedicated funding? You know what the problem with New Jersey Transit? And it affects you. New Jersey Transit is subsidized, 74% of its budget is subsidized by you. Whether you use New Jersey Transit or not, you're paying for it. 74%. That means 26% of their actual budget is covered by fares. That's a terrible business model. Yeah, it has to at least try to cover some of its budget, not 26%. New York City, they are proposing, and it'll just roll into Jersey. It'll come right through the tunnel over the bridge to Jersey. They are proposing to put an 8% tax on Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, Disney Plus, etc., to help the MTA, who also does backstrokes in Reading. They don't care because they're just going to get the money from you. We'll throw some congestion pricing in there. Let's stick it to the Jersey people. Because we need that money for the MTA, who just blows through billions of dollars. Your Netflix is going to fund an MTA in New York. And it's only a matter of time before it comes to Jersey. Could somebody sitting in Jersey, Trenton, go right now, holy cow, we could get some money from Netflix. So you're sitting there watching, Succession, whatever, and your money is going towards transportation that you don't use. And there's the whole friggin', and the other thing they're proposing in New York for the MTA is every UPS or Amazon delivery or FedEx delivery, 25 cents to the MTA. So they can blow through more of your money. Here's the thing. These transit systems, they have to work at trying to cover their expenses. Can they cover 75% of their expenses? maybe keeping the fares artificially low. You know, there's these ferry systems. You know, you pay it's like $14 one way. Well, out of that $14 fare, $12 of it is subsidized by taxpayers, people who don't use the damn service. You know, get the fares up to the point where they can cover 75% of the budget by the people who are actually using the service, not some schmuck who's sitting home and watching Avengers Endgame on Disney Plus, and 8% of that fee is going to the MUA. It's almost the way we're looking at transportation, public transportation. And the problem with the public transportation, a lot of the public ain't using it. You know, DeCamp just discontinued their service in New York City because of low ridership. People weren't taking the bus to New York. We may never have the ridership we did before going into New York, pre-pandemic levels. That may never come back. But people are working at home, or they're just not going on to a COVID tube or whatever next friggin' pandemic is going to come in, where you're in a train or a bus or something like that. The way we keep looking at this artificially low fare in Jersey, they'll steal money from wherever they can. Clean air, you know, open space, wherever you can steal money from and throw it at the MTA so they can lose money. MTA is terrible. Their time, the routes is terrible. Their times are terrible. Their equipment is not maintained. Seats are ripped. Windows are broken. And let's throw some more money at this friggin' inefficient thing. That should be privatized. You know, we're talking about privatizing 911 in Jersey City. Privatize the damn New Jersey Transit. Get people who can run the damn system running it. 74% is subsidized of New Jersey Transit. You know, it's almost becoming like a school tax, where you pay for a school tax you don't use. You're a single guy or a married couple with no children, pay for the school tax. You send your kids to a private school, pay for the school tax. You're a business, pay for the school tax. You're a senior, pay for the school tax. You're not using the friggin' thing. But you're paying. That's what they want mass transit to become. And you know, at the point when you subsidize 74%, why not go the other 26 and just make it a free friggin' ride on the backs of everybody who don't use it? That's just not fair. All right, we're out of show. You be good. You be safe. I'll talk to you next week. Good night.